Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels, and as you can see, we are getting back to our Section 8 series. In fact, what we're going to be doing today, as we went over this particular information as of last Sunday, is go into subsidized rental housing in regards to that type of funding, which we'll be doing here in just a moment. But first, real brief disclaimer and some brief trigger warnings. Alright, through the entirety of this Section 8 series in regards to HUD, you're going to find everything we go over. Every article, every little list of information. You're going to find all the links right there in the description box. So if you would like to do a little bit of deep diving on the subject on your own, I definitely welcome you to do so. Trigger warning. We got this channel marked not for kids for a reason. First off, we do use profanity, and some of the topics we cover, such as Tobin World, Judge Rotenberg Educational Center, or Agape Boarding School for Boys. Yeah, they're pretty dark subjects that do go over triggering things such as abuse and torture. So if you have someone that is 16 and younger at home and they are watching this, parental supervision is very much advised. Also, allergies. Allergies from hell, people. Got another storm system coming in on the back of the last storm system, and our sky's got that ominous kind of almost green-gray color going on at the moment, though there's nothing on the radar. And every time that happens, I live in a special autistic sensory hill that is known as getting your sinuses clogged. So if you hear me make any weird noises through the back of my throat or anything of that nature, I do not know how to edit these videos to save my soul. I do apologize in advance, alright? And let me also say, if you are gung-ho from one political party or another, I myself am not. And more than likely, in any of these series that we are currently juggling on this channel, I'm probably going to say something that is probably going to offend you. That is not the intent, but that's how it goes sometimes. If that is alright with you, go ahead and stay around. I don't drag unless all the facts are on the table. If it does bother you, then please pause the video. The links are there in the description box if you'd like to take a look, even if you would wish to debate somebody like me on the other side. Please go ahead and feel free to take a look at them, alright? But what I'm not going to have is any political arguing in my comments. Okay? If you are an individual that either has a solution or want to have a good faith debate, you are welcome. If you want to throw shade, call me names, call me slurs, call anybody that thinks like me slurs. There's the door. Don't let it hit you on the ass on the way out. Alright? Cool. Alright. So Section 8 last time, we went over the criteria to qualify for the housing choice vouchers. But that's not all that HUD does. So what we're going to be covering next is called subsidized rental housing. And again, a link to this specific topic is going to be there in the description box for you. Alright? Okay. Get subsidized housing. In subsidized rental housing, the government pays apartment owners to reduce the rent for tenants with low incomes. Learn how to find this type of affordable housing. So, what that means is that there is a list of apartments that are in a particular city that are specifically known to HUD as friendly apartments, okay? So say they got an individual that's on the wait list, and one of these places that's known as one of the friendly landlords suddenly has an opening. So then HUD can have that person go and apply. HUD will cover a portion of the rent to that particular landlord, and then the tenant would pay the other half directly to the landlord as well per month. Makes it a little bit easier on the wait list, at least it used to, but these days we have too few of the friendly landlords out here. Now that's not necessarily their fault, it's because Springfield has grown at an insane pace. From being a small little town to being the third biggest city in the state. So, more than likely, HUD is working on it, but if we get those cuts to go through from that skinny budget bill, any plans in regards to maybe perhaps incentivizing more friendly landlords so that we can assist to get individuals housing through them, looking pretty bleak, I'm not gonna lie to you, looking damn bleak. Let me go ahead and continue here. So, find out if you're eligible for subsidized housing. Each city or county has its own eligibility rules for affordable housing. To find out if you are eligible, this would be going to your public housing agency or call Public and Indian Housing Resource Center there. Okay. Now, one thing that they have to help you know who these friendly landlords are that you can be reaching out to, they do provide a housing community using the HUD map. So what does that look like? Give it a moment, looks like it's downloading. Oh, there we are. Geolocation. That's right, okay. So we've got scramblers here at the house, and at least more than one different network. But if you guys go onto the website, you should be able to probably be able to see that. But if you see this here, find affordable housing opportunities near me. You see they've got their lists of the people that are already friendlies, people that you could take a look on their website to see if they actually have an opening. You can kind of see that right there, right? Excellent. Alright, we're going to go back space. We're going to continue to read this a little bit. Select find affordable housing opportunities near me and search for your city address on the map. If you receive a message that says geolocation disabled, select the OK button like we just did. Explore the affordable housing that is available in your area. And 3, if you find affordable housing that you are interested in, contact the property to learn how to apply for a low rent unit. Each property has its own system for accepting application for its rental units. Some properties have waiting lists. Mine is one of those. And the main reason why is we are just a skip and a jump from the main Mercy Hospital, where the ER is and everything, is literally just kind of straight down that way, I believe about a mile, and I have, don't quote me on that. I have walked from here to there before, although it's been a little bit of a minute. It's too hot, okay? It's way too hot. I like to do that during the fall, especially when they start getting the lights up for the Halloween, because they always do that around the hospital. Okay, not on subject, but I apologize. So, apartments like mine, or like Scottsdale, that's down the opposite direction, those of us that are near the hubs of the city. So, if you're out by Cox, those apartments, waiting lists. If you are just skipping a jump down from Mercy, waiting lists. If you are towards the downtown in the MSU area, in the Evangel, even out towards OTC even, and Drury and Evangel, any of those places, there's waiting lists. Usually the openings tend to be about around where the call centers are located. So the apartments up by places like T-Tech or CS, and yeah. And the reason why there tends to not be a wait list on those is because call center jobs are a high burnout rate. So individuals may get off a project, leave that particular apartment, go somewhere else near one of the other call centers, take one of those instead. Now, we do have specific public housing that has been created by the city specifically for those of us with physical disabilities who need that HUD support, where rent is dependent upon income, like the Frisco building, for example, which is the one I helped get my aunt into. But they don't necessarily, like, they're friendly, but it's not HUD. So, you can still be in the building there, and it's still going to be based off your income, even if you're not on HUD Section 8, but you have to cover the entirety of the rent. So about around now, that's sitting about around 500 or so, which may sound low to a lot of you different folks in different parts of the country, but remember, we're Midwest Missouri, and for us, our cost of living tends to be a little less than yours, but it doesn't make anything less stressful because our minimum wage is also less than yours. So that is what the subsidized rental housing looks like. Alright, now I know this particular video is going to be a little bit short, but I did want to kind of bring down the talk time on the series different videos I've done anyways. So we're going to close out for this one, and I will come back to you next Sunday where we will go over HUD public housing and what that eligibility criteria looks like. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and close out. We don't get very many views on this channel, and the few we do tend to get removed from time to time. So folks, if you could, please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and as always folks, please don't forget to hit the comments. I do appreciate your time, and as always folks, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. We'll see you all next time. Bye-bye everyone.